So first you want to start with the oil-free primer so that the white paint looks smooth on the skin. Here I'm taking a white pencil and tracing out my eye sockets, although after tracing them out I realized I have super small eye sockets, so I made them a little bigger later. You could also use a black pencil, but I figured white would be a little easier, especially if I messed up. So I used Mayron's Paradise palette for this whole look. These colors are activated with water. They're extremely long wearing. It's pretty smooth on the skin. You definitely want to go in the same direction so that way you prevent any lines or any splotchiness on the face. You want to try to make it as even as possible. So I don't want my eyebrows showing, so this is where I make my eye sockets a little bigger. You don't have to be perfect at this part because we are going to clean it up later with white paint. For the mouth, you want to make the line going up towards the ear. I just followed my natural teeth placement. I made the front teeth a little bit more wide and the back teeth a little bit more narrow. You want to also make sure you have the same amount of teeth on each side. This is probably the most challenging part of the whole look. I watched Crispy's skull tutorial that she did last year, which was bomb. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. And I just kind of wang it. I was also looking at a skull picture on my phone, so that kind of helped a little bit. It kind of reminds me of a skinny Pac-Man eating the teeth. It was definitely a struggle, especially trying to get it even on the other side. I will say I spent a lot of time going back and forth with black and white trying to get this even, so this is probably the most time consuming. Now I'm just going back in with the white paint and cleaning up the edges of the black. This will also highlight those marks, which will in return will make them a little bit more intense. Now I'm just blending the black with the white paint to make a gray gradient effect. And this is where I'm trying to make it match the other side by going back and forth with black and white. So here I took a black eyeshadow and I just smudged these teeth lines to make them look a little bit more three-dimensional. I'm also making little triangles on the top and bottom of the teeth. I am just jumping around in this part. I'm so sorry. I kept shading and I kept adding a little bit more black where I saw fit, adding more white to the teeth, adding a little bit more dimension everywhere. I'm so sorry, it's everywhere. I was in the zone. Now I'm adding a little bit more dimension by tracing the sunken bones of the face, kind of making it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Now I'm tracing my natural frown lines and smudging them out with my finger. You definitely want to shade under the eyes and make them look more sunken in. Now I'm just blending it out with a 217 brush. That's a perfect brush. Well, not that brush. This is the 217. Now I'm just shading, making everything look more gray. I'm also setting that black paint because it will crease. Now I'm just adding a waterproof gel liner to my waterline, make sure everything's all black, and I'm also kind of intensifying those lines as well, adding a little bit more dimension. And anywhere you put contour, you want to put highlight, so I'm adding a little bit more white paint around those lines. So the neck is probably the easiest part. Kinda. I could have been more detailed with this, but it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I was so tired. My pillow was calling my name. But basically I just made white marks, looks like a little tree, and just filled it in with black. Again, I looked at a picture for this. And that's a completed look. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Leave questions or comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe. Bye.